Welcome to our Project Management Summer Series. We will focus on the project management features offered by Acumatica Construction Edition. In this first webinar series, we will focus on requests for information, also known as RFIs. My name is Mary Williams, and I'm the CEO and founder of Projects Analytics. We are an Acumatica partner. Today's agenda includes a brief introduction to Project Analytics. We will discuss some interesting facts about RFIs, and then we'll look at how Acumatica Construction Edition can improve your ability to track, disposition, and document your RFIs. My company is Projects Analytics, and since 1985, we've focused on successfully assisting construction firms to implement construction accounting, project management, and project scheduling solutions to help you increase profitability, reduce the incidence of claims and litigation, and avoid liquidated damage charges, all of which erode your project profitability. In addition to partnering with Acumatica, we are partners with Oracle Primavera and Alicosoft Power Project. So what is an RFI? On a construction project, RFIs provide a vehicle for resolving information gaps, such as design clarifications, requests for a design change, requests for substitution, constructability issues, differing site conditions. Normally, the information in an RFI represents information that wasn't included in the scope of the construction contract. Typically, a general contractor or subcontractor submits an RFI, and that RFI is forwarded to an architect or engineer for further disposition. Here's some interesting facts regarding RFIs. Navigant Construction Forum conducted a sampling of approximately 1,400 projects, and they discovered that to review and respond to each individual RFI, it costs a construction firm an average of $1,080, and that represents a collective cost to the project of approximately $860,000. Perhaps the most troubling data that Navigant uncovered is that nearly 1 out of every 4 RFIs never receives a response or a reply. One of the main causes of RFIs is the lack of communication between key project stakeholders such as architects, engineers, and contractors. Data analysis showed that on an average project of a year or less, you could be serving up to an average of 270 RFIs. And if a project lasts a duration of 5 or more years, that number can increase to upwards of 1,400 RFIs. RFIs can be quite costly and impactful to a project. Utilizing key software solutions such as Acumatica will greatly enhance your ability to speed up and disposition RFIs. What are some ways that we can improve the RFIs? Well, first of all, we can review the RFI in real time and notify all necessary individuals, whether they're within our own company or part of the whole project ecosystem, all with a few clicks and swipes from a mobile device. We need to be able to track them in real time and speed up response rates and have the ability to flag or list problematic RFIs. It would be helpful to use a mobile-enabled collaborative software solution such as Acumatica to streamline communications and keep everyone informed in real time, all the while documenting every activity related to that RFI in one centralized repository in the event any problems come up. So why do customers choose Acumatica? Well, Acumatica is a true cloud ERP, meaning you can access your data anywhere, anytime, any device on any browser. Whether you are working from home or in your job site trailer, or waiting in an airport for travel purposes, you can access and keep up with your responsibilities. Acumatica's open architecture facilitates rapid integration with best-of-breed solutions such as Procore, ProEst, DocuSign, Office 365. Acumatica also includes flexible deployment options. You can deploy in the public cloud or you can elect to deploy in a private cloud depending on your business needs. And you're not locked into your initial decision. You can move between those two options without any penalty. Acumatica's modern, growth-friendly licensing enables you to extend the software to all employees, not just a few, because it is consumption-based, not per-user-based. And because it's not per-user-based, you can also extend to key project partners, customers, and subcontractors, helping you to improve communications, remove business bottlenecks, and improve results. Acumatica scales as your business grows based on the infrastructure you consume and can flex with seasonal requirements. Acumatica Construction Edition includes construction financials, job cost accounting, payroll, change management, integrations with construction applications, all available on a modern and mobile platform providing one cohesive solution. You will experience value from day number one out of the box without a lengthy implementation process, utilizing role-based dashboards and menus and industry standard reports. You can utilize KPIs and metrics to help you monitor your business performance using your preferred thresholds. And users can easily configure their own dashboards and menus without requiring IT intervention. Users also enjoy the free training available with Acumatica Open University. Acumatica's project management functionality helps you to track all events and documents associated with your project, such as RFIs, to keep everyone accountable and helping you to deliver your project on time, within budget, and reduce the chance of claims and litigation. And if you do find yourself in a claims situation, you'll have your documentation in one central repository to help you support your position. Here's a sampling of some of Acumatica's construction customers. Now let's take a look at how Acumatica can improve your ability to track, disposition, and document requests for information. As I log into Acumatica, I'd like to point out that Acumatica is a true cloud application enabling you to access your data anytime, anywhere, using any device in real time. And with Acumatica's flexible consumption-based pricing, you can extend access to all of your employees, not just a few, and even to partners, customers, subcontractors to improve communications and keep your projects running efficiently. Upon logging in, I can access my role-based dashboard that provides a strategic starting point for my daily project management activities. These dashboards are available from day one out of the box and are easily tailored based on the user's needs. All of the widgets or reports on my dashboard, such as overdue issues, overdue RFIs, new RFIs, RFIs, ball in court, project issues, all of these provide a vehicle for me to easily access documents, to review and disposition them, and provide alerts and exceptions. All of the widgets also provide drill down capability to the underlying details. When it comes to RFIs, how do I actually enter an RFI? There's a multitude of ways. First of all, if you receive an RFI via email, you can actually create an RFI directly from your email using the Acumatica Microsoft Outlook add-in. I could add an RFI directly from my dashboard using my Ball in Court widget just by clicking the plus sign. I can use my Workspace. So my Workspaces are all available over here on the left. I'll select Project Management, and here I have access to all of the project management functionality. And if I want to add a new RFI, I can just select New. I can also access my RFI log. Each row represents an RFI. The yellow paperclip indicates that there's an attachment linked to this, or more than one attachment. I can see the status, the project that this is for, a summary of the problem, and then the due date and other impacts on the project, such as schedule, cost, and design impacts. And I can easily filter the contents of this log. For example, if I wanted to focus on new or open RFIs, I just select the column header and deselect some of these options. And then I can now focus on what's open and new. In other words, items still requiring my attention. I also use favorites up here on the top left. This is where I can identify all of those menu items that I do most frequently, so I can go right to those without any unnecessary navigation. I'm going to click back up on the logo. I'm using the Acumatica logo, but you could put your own company logo there. And go back to my dashboard. So I can always get back to my dashboard just by clicking the logo. Now, for purposes of today, I'm actually going to demonstrate how you can create an RFI from Acumatica's mobile device or mobile app. So I'm starting up my mirroring software, and you should now be able to see my cell phone, and you'll see the Acumatica logo. And here I can enter my username and password. Can also use touch enablement, and I'll sign in, and I will have access to those things I have permissions to do. Now, I am actually logging in as the admin, so I have many different menu options, but if I were the superintendent out at the job site, I might not have access to some of these things, but I probably could get access to the construction related items such as projects, daily field reports, photo logs, issues, and so on. So I'm going to, as the superintendent, I'm going to enter an RFI that's just been given to me or identified to me from a subcontractor. So I'll select Request for Information, and I'll then be presented with a list of RFIs, and I can actually access those just by clicking on them. But down at the bottom right is a plus sign. That's where I go to enter a new record. So first off, I'll select the project that this pertains to, and I'll select the class. Let's just say it's a construction document deficiency, and I'm going to type in a real quick summary of the problem. Unexpected rock found. And then I can identify if this will require a design change or a cost impact. But I'm just going to scroll down and identify that the priority is probably considered a high priority. And I can also identify a contact that brought this to my attention. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Adam, who works for a concrete company. And then under details, I can pose the question. And I'm just going to type in rock found, please advise, just to be expeditious here. You would obviously put additional information. Okay, so with that being done, I'm going to go up to the top right corner of this dialog and save. And you'll notice once I've saved that the RFI number has been assigned. It's number 36. And I might even want to take this a step further. At the bottom left corner is a Files link. This enables me to either link a photo that's already been taken or a file, or I can actually take a photo while I'm on the job site. Now I'm just going to take a photo of my mouse just for explanation purposes. And now I will leave this application. And I'll go back into Acumatica. So once back in Acumatica, I'm going to go ahead and refresh all. So I was playing the role of the superintendent while using that mobile app. Now I'm back on the role of the project manager. So I'm looking at my dashboard, and I've got several different clues that I've got a new RFI. First of all, I've got my widget over here on the left. Remember, you can drill down to the details. Or I can just look at my report RFIs ball and court and see new and open RFIs here. And remember, the one we selected was number 36, and I'll go ahead and click on there so I can further disposition this. So all of the information carried forward from that RFI that was entered in the mobile device. And a couple things I'd like to point out. First of all, if you look up here at the top right corner, you'll notice files. And it has a 1 on there indicating that a file has been linked. So that is the image that I took of the mouse. And eventually, as we start sending communications back and forth to different parties in this project, it will keep track of those activities. So I can keep all documents and all communications in one centralized spot as it relates to this RFI, and that's particularly relevant if anything does come up in terms of claims or litigation. Now, as I review this RFI from the perspective of a project manager, I'm going to designate that this is an incoming RFI and that it may have a schedule impact of, let's just say 5 days, and perhaps a cost impact, I'll just put $5,000, and maybe needs a design change. And if I scroll down below, I'll notice on the Details tab the original question that was posed, and I can certainly elaborate. Eventually, I'll receive an answer. On the Attributes tab, let me minimize the header. I can code or assign various codes to this RFI for further assistance in reporting. On the Activities tab, once again, I can see all activity or all communications, and I can actually add new tasks, events, emails, and other types of activity to keep everything in one spot. And if I go to Drawings, I can link drawings to this RFI. But from this point, I probably have made the decision that I need to get some instruction from the architect or engineer associated with this project. I can't answer this question. I need to go to the architect or engineer. So I'm going to start the ball rolling. I'm going to change the status of this RFI to open. And I'm going to save. And then I'm going to email this RFI to the actual architect or engineer. So it's going to bring up an email dialog box. And it's going to attach the RFI. Notice it's also going to keep Adam, the subcontractor, in the loop here. So the name of the architect is Bill Colleen, so I'll just type in Bill. He works for Advanced Concepts. Select Bill, and then I'll go ahead and say unexpected rock found while excavating. Please advise. I can attach documents and so on, but when I'm ready to proceed, I can select Send, and it's going to send this RFI to the engineer, and it is also sending or copying Adam, who was the original subcontractor. Now notice when I do so, if I look up at the top right, the number of activities has increased to 1, indicating 1 email has been sent, and then my files are 2. So if I look on activities, I can see that that email was sent. And if I look at files, I now not only have the original image that I updated, but the RFI itself. And again, the whole purpose of that is to keep everything in one centralized spot. So let's say we received the RFI disposition back from the architect or engineer, and they're indicating that we need to refer to a linked drawing. And suggest that we initiate a change order to resolve. So I can actually go to my drawings and link a drawing from my drawing log, whether it's a new drawing or one that's already been there, and I'll link that. And if I select it by clicking the checkbox, I can actually view any attachments to that drawing log. Now I'm going to go back to details. So as we can see, the suggestion was to refer to the drawing and perhaps initiate a change order. So right from this dialog box, I can convert this RFI to a change request. Now I'm going to save it first, and then I'm going to select Convert to Change Request just to show you that it will initiate the change management process, all from that RFI. And I'm not going to go into that any further. I'm saving that for a future presentation. I'm going to save and close, and now I'm back on the RFI. And the reason I did that is I did want to point out that were I to proceed with that, I would always have the link to that change request directly on my RFI. So from one spot, we were able to document an RFI from a subcontractor using our mobile device. We actually took a photo and linked it to the RFI. And then we sent an email to the architect or engineer for disposition. We received his disposition back and recorded it under the answer. And we also converted that to a change request in order to take care of the unexpected rock that was found. Notice that the status of my RFI is now set to closed. If I go back to Acumatica, to the logo, my RFI ball in court report has now been refreshed to indicate that number 36 is no longer displayed on my dashboard because it is closed. So hopefully this is a quick recap on your ability to quickly enter RFIs, keep track of them with various reports such as widgets, overdue RFIs, new RFIs, or RFIs ball in court, so that you never lose track of RFIs, that you respond and disposition every RFI that you receive, and that you are collecting all communications and information about that RFI in one centralized spot. So to recap my presentation, Acumatica can be accessed from anywhere, anytime, on any device, taking advantage of the connected cloud. Acumatica offers flexible deployment options, including a public or private cloud. Pricing is consumption-based, not per-user based, allowing you to extend access to all of your employees and or external team members. And Acumatica is analyst approved and customer appreciated. I would like to thank you for viewing this video. My name is Mary Williams. My company is Projects Analytics, and my contact information is on the slide. Please feel free to email or give me a call if you have any questions or if you have further interest. Thank you again for viewing this presentation.